Hello, the purpose of this video is to show you how the Rebate Daily Profits calculator works. The calculator is found in your back office on your dashboard. And basically there are 5 inputs that you can enter into the calculator to determine kind of a plan of action for yourself as far as purchasing ad packs. As you know, Rebate Daily Profits is an advertising program, and you're buying advertising, and based on the size of your initial ad purchase, you will earn between 5.5% to 7% daily for 24 business days. So over the course of a month, a calendar month, you will have about 24 business days of rebate repurchasing going on. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go at the medium level, which is called the premium. There are 3 different plans: standard, premium, and VIP. And for the purpose of this, we're going to show you how this works if you were to come in at, let's say, $300. And then you say for 45 calendar days, you are just going to take whatever your rebate balance is and use that to repurchase more advertising. Your balance will be growing uninterrupted for 24 days on your initial 300, but each repurchase will also have its own 24-day period completely separate from your initial purchase. We're going to show you how that works in a second. So I picked 45 days because it is, a month and a half on a calendar, and will allow you to go through almost 2 cycles of repurchasing and show you how that works so you can grow your account nicely. And then afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's cash out, 40%. Now, when we cash out, let's say there's $1,000 to cash out, we'll only be able to cash out $700. $300 would automatically be reapplied into your repurchase balance. So what this means here is, what are we going to cash out on a gross level? And so if we say 1,000, then on a net level, we're only going to get 700. So you can play with these numbers here. The smaller the cash out, the more you're going to grow your account. But you can see by trading off between, cashing out 100%, which would be 100% would have still come to a full 70% net. You'll be taking out a lot of cash and you won't be growing your account as much, but you'll be pulling out more cash. So this is how that affects it. So actually I'll pick 35%. And since we're coming in at the $300 level, it's going to take us some time to get back to $300 to grow our account by another $300. So on a daily basis, we're going to want to at least see what would it look like if we just repurchased at a minimum of the standard level. Okay, and then we're going to project out for 4 months here with 120 days. So what we do is we click calculate now, and the first thing that happens are the results display below. Okay, and when the results display, it gives you a summary, and then we can click this button here for further details. So let's look. Today is Thursday, May 16th, and we're going to call this day 0. So as of the recording today, Thursday, May 16th, this is what it would look like projecting out to October 31st of 2013. So this is how this works. We put in $300, shown in red as a debit, something that came out of pocket. Our break-even day, when we actually make our $300 back into our pocket, is August 7th. And we keep growing our account so that by Thursday, October 31st, we're going to have 1,604 ad packs, active shares that we have purchased. Those will still be working for us. And we've also managed to cash out a gross amount of $1,648. So if we take this, and then we subtract a 5% fee from the cash outs, we would actually be able to pull into our respective pay processors like Solid Trust Pay or EgoPay $1,566 over the course of 4 months, and our net profit would be 956%. Now, how does this work? Well, if this is a little confusing, what you can do is click this green button here. And when you click the green button, first off, you get a legend. And the legend explains everything on the actual chart below. explains what everything means. Okay, so you can read the legend on your own, but if we scroll down and look at day one, remember we started with $300, and the premium plan pays 6% a day for 24 days. So if we put in $300 tomorrow, Friday, the exact same time that we put the money in on Thursday, if we log in 24 hours later, we're going to see that we earned $18 on that $300. And what we said is we will repurchase at the standard level. Well, $18 is enough to repurchase at the standard level. Okay, remember, standard is a minimum of $5. Now, this $18 would not have been enough to repurchase at the premium level or the VIP level. So we want to grow our account, and we have to trade off between, do we wait until it hits the premium level, or do we just repurchase at the standard level? Okay, if we repurchase 18 ad packs at that point, then our account is going to grow to 18 plus 300. So the next day, we've got 18 earning 5.5% and 300 still earning $18. So now our account has grown to $18.99. Okay, so we see here we have $18.99. We're repurchasing. We can only repurchase even dollar amounts. So that means that this 99 cents is going to carry over to the next day's balance. Okay, so the next day we've now earned $1.98 because we purchased another 18 shares in the standard plan. So now we have 36. Okay, earning 5.5%. Now we earn $1.98. We're still earning 18 off the initial 300 we put in, and we carried over the 99. So now we have $20.97. So now we're going to repurchase with $20. Okay, so now you can see that we repurchased with 20. We carry over the 97 cents to the next day here. Okay, and now we have $3.08 earned from the $56 the day before at 5.5%, and we still are earning our $18 a day for 24 days. All right, so if you keep looking, you'll see that the account will grow, and notice that we skip the weekends. The program does not pay out on weekends because they're actively trading a portion of the funds that we put in various markets, and therefore, since most markets are closed on weekends, they don't pay out on weekends. So we can continue to look and say, okay, here's day one. Day two obviously skips forward to Monday, day three. We said we were going to go a full 45 days of growing. Now, if we keep going forward here, we see that our account is growing very nicely. Now we're already up on day 19. You can see we're up to 576 shares in the standard plan. And of course, we still have our original 300. Nothing's grown there because we haven't repurchased into the premium plan. Now the calculator will automatically pick the best possible plan to put a repurchase balance. But as you see, we're still now not making enough to go into the premium plan. All right, we keep going, we skip a couple weekends here. Now we get to day 24. This is the final day. Day 24 is the day that the original 300 stops earning us rebates. Okay? Well, what has that done? It has grown us an account up to $854. Unfortunately, we have to subtract that 300 from day zero. Remember, day zero is today. So 24 days later, we subtract 300, and now there's no longer a running balance in our premium total. Okay, that's okay. We earned pretty well, but now this has been retired. This has matured. Okay, so day 24, it matures. Now, as we keep growing, we see we're not growing at the pace that we were growing before because we only have a standard plan working for us as opposed to a standard plus the original premium. But the standard is still doing a good job of making us some money. We're just not growing at such a fast pace. We went from 40 to 43, but now we're going to grow at a slightly slower pace, but we're still going to grow. And of course, everything that we purchased 24 days prior is going to be subtracted. So day one, remember we made a purchase of $18, 18. Remember day three, we made a purchase of 20. These all get subtracted from the previous day's total after this is added, then subtracted. And this is how you can figure out what your account's going to look like. So we always have subtraction going on. We always have growth going on. But the nature of the beast is such that our growth will be bigger than our subtractions. That's if we play the numbers correctly and we set a cash out amount that is not exceeding our growth. All right. So now we said we were going to go 45 days without taking any money. And finally on July 19th, it's payday. Okay. And because it's day 46, now look at this, we have $84 that we made, but we said we only want to cash out 35% of the gross. So this $84.71 is the gross amount. We're going to take 35% of that. We said we only want to cash out 35% of the gross. That's $29.65, but remember, we're only going to get 70% of that $29.65. So if you go down here, you see $29.65, 70% of that is a net amount of $20.75, and that will start to show up in this column here as the running total. Okay, so we, out of $29.65, if we're going to follow this 35% rule, we'll take $29.65, and of course that leaves us with $55 in our rebate balance to purchase. Plus, after we cash out, immediately we'll see a repurchase balance of $8.90. And of course, we can only purchase 8 from the repurchase balance. And so you see these numbers here carry over. It's a little complex, but if you look at it and break it down day by day and kind of go through this from here and go through this column, go over here, it starts to make sense. And from that day forward, since they pay 5 days a week, you can get paid Monday through Friday. And we're saying we're cashing out every day. So as we keep going, we see that our standards are still growing and our cash out amount is growing nicely. And so we're able to grow our account and also grow our cash outs. Now, let's go back here, and you can go all the way to the bottom and see how this works. And then you can start over just by clicking that button there. What if we were to put in $1,000, which gets you into the VIP plan, and do the same thing, but let's pick a smaller cash out amount, let's say 25%, and we're still going to wait 45 days and see what happens. And now we'll say we're going to wait before we repurchase at all until we have at least $300 in our rebate balance. So let's see what that looks like. So this is how you can play with the numbers and kind of figure out where you are and what you want to do and how much you want to repurchase and how much you want to cash out. Okay, the numbers look pretty darn good here. If you look at this, you can grow your account to 20,000 ad packs. You know, they're spread out throughout the standard, the premium, and the VIPs. But you were able to pull out this much cash. That's a pretty darn good cash return. Plus, you still have this much working for you. And if we break it down, we see that we said we were only going to repurchase, or do a respend of premiums. So, okay, day one, we made $70, but we don't take that 70 and buy 70 standard ad packs. We wait. We're going to wait. So 70, the next day it grows to 140. It keeps growing by 70. Day 280, and if you look by day 5, because we're making a whopping 7% a day, now we've got 300. We wake up on Thursday, May 23rd, a week after we started, and we got $350. Now we say, now we're going to repurchase. So we take that $350 and we purchase a premium package. So now you see all along we've had this $1,000 working for us, and it's going to work for us for 24 days. Now we also have $350 at premium, which pays 6% a day, working for us. And the same thing happens. We keep going, we see our premiums. We don't do another repurchase until May 29th at the premium level, because by then our account has grown to $364. But pretty soon, as we keep going, we see that we could do more repurchases a lot sooner because our account is growing. It's growing at a nice clip. So every time our rebate balance hits $300, we're going to repurchase at the premium level. And that's what that meant. At what level do you want to repurchase? And we go through here and we can say, okay, let's skip ahead. We see that once we get to day 24, unfortunately, our $1,000 that we put in has matured, but it's grown to a pretty sizable amount at this point. So we're doing pretty well, you know. And this growth here shows you the adding and the subtracting that goes on. This calculator figures that out, shows it for you, helps you to understand how to make an intelligent decision about how much you want to start with, how soon you want to pull out some cash, and what your growth plan is. Enjoy.